What's up, y'all? Today it's Nikki Lee. Follow me, like, and subscribe to my channel. NICKILEE25. So I'm gonna talk about my mental health today. Okay, my mental health right now is perfect. It's great. It feels good. But over the course of time, my mental health was like really shitty. It was really bad. I used to always well, first off, let me tell you what they diagnosed me with. They diagnosed me with everything. Don't they always diagnose people with everything? And it's like, hello, I'm coming off of drugs. Like, why are you diagnosing me with all this extra dumb shit? But anyways, they diagnosed me with anxiety and bipolar 1 or 2. I don't know. Whatever one is the one that makes you angry. So I go and I see the psychiatrist. And the psychiatrist was like, did the little assessment and shit like that. And I was like, I passed it or I didn't pass it. I don't know, whatever the case may be. But I was like, the reason why I have a razor in my hand too is because, like I said, I'm doing this. I'm like dry shaving my fucking leg. But she was like asking me all these questions, right? Now, backstory: I was on Depakote sprinkles when I was younger because I have epilepsy, and now they use Depakote as a mental health drug for bipolar. So I was on this drug for about 7 years when I was younger, and then I was taken off. Once I was taken off of my Depakote to control my epilepsy, I started acting out really crazy. I started drinking, drugging, and ended up getting pregnant. But so boom, fast forward, I'm like 29 at this point, and they were like, you should we should put you back on Depakote. Are you familiar with that? I said, yeah, I'm really familiar with Depakote actually, because I used to be on Depakote as a child. I don't know if you guys smell this shit in the background. Whatever. So I was like, yeah, I'm familiar with it. I was on it as a kid. I'm trying to position you guys, but it's not working out. Whatever. So I was like, yeah, I was on it as a kid. So when I was on the Depakote and stuff like that as a kid for my epilepsy, it was controlled, it was managed, or whatever you want to call it. And then I ended up getting on, I ended up being prescribed Keppra for my epilepsy. So when I'm talking to the psychiatrist and stuff like that, I'm telling her my background and things like that. She was like, why did they snatch you off the Depakote? They should have never snatched you off the Depakote. Come to find out, Depakote is the best medication that I've ever been on for my bipolar. But also too, mind you, when I'm talking to the psychiatrist, I'm still either on drugs, A, or B, coming off drugs. So it's not a proper reading. You know what I mean? So when I was on the Depakote or whatever, I gained so much weight. Mind you, I also too was on my seizure meds. I gained so much weight rapidly that when I went to the doctors for a pain in my stomach, they were like, we can't even enter your fucking weight because we need to override, because I ended up gaining 20 pounds in 1 month. So I went to the doctors. They told me I had gallstones. I had to have my gallbladder removed. Whatever. Boom. My gallbladder's gone. So let me see. After that was said and done, I took it for a little bit. I felt good on it and stuff like that, but I was still using drugs. And mental health is honestly nothing to play with, because later on I ended up seeing my neurologist, and I was like, yeah, I'm on Depakote. She asked me, why am I on Depakote? Basically 2 seizure meds. And I asked her, hey, can you prescribe me Depakote instead of what, so it's killing 2 things at once, my anger and my seizures. She wasn't for it because Depakote's not the best medication to be on right now. It causes weight gain, hair loss, all these negative side effects. So everybody's taking Keppra. But I was like, I really wanted to be on it. So I ended up cold turkeying the Depakote and went crazy again. So I have really, really bad anger issues. People don't understand. If you have I don't even know if it's bipolar or 1. But anyways, if you're bipolar, that stuff is nothing to play with, seriously. Because I used to be I don't have any mental health because I'm on, I just don't have any mental health. People can get over the anxiety. People can get over depression and stuff like that. Fuck no, you can't really get over that. You just learn how to live with it, right? So I ended up really losing my mind, not doing any skills that I would have learned in therapy or anything like that. Like, I just full blown start going and losing my mind. Um, my anger would get so bad that I, like, you know, I mean, well, you don't know, but like, I would chase like my ex-husband like through the town with my car. Um, he would be like, "Leave me the hell alone." I was like, "I'm not leaving you alone until you give me X, Y, and Z." It was just hell, okay? And so I stopped with all of my medication and stuff like that and just learned how to manage my anger and went back to like, how do I control this? How do I control that, you know? So um I ended up like basically um not being on any meds and stuff like that, and just trying to control my anger. So like little things like would bother me, like how my mom might talk to me or something, or how somebody talks to me, their tone of voice. I always feel like somebody's trying to attack me. So even when I get in an argument with somebody, it's like I'm coming at full force, like a raging beast, when I don't need to be a raging beast. I can just be myself. Like, I don't have to be raging like that, you know what I mean? And I always like felt like I had to rage to get my point across, which was not necessary. So you know, people don't talk about how like drugs um people don't like to talk about drugs and mental health, which is not cool, because I think that you should talk about it, because like your mental health really does fuck with your drug addiction and stuff. And if you're not like on proper medication or things like that, like it's not gonna work out for you. It's just not. Um, and that's the harsh reality of stuff. Um, but anyways, like, so I'm not on my Depakote anymore. I'm not on any medication aside from my epilepsy medication, and it's working out okay, I guess we could say. It's not the best, but it's okay. I'm getting really distracted. So this is gonna be a short. Okay, let me get myself together. This is definitely gonna be a short. We're gonna cut this right now because I'm not even ready to tell my story of what I'm trying to say. I'm over here trying to get myself to look decent.